So C-section recovery is going to look different for so many women, but if you've had an emergency C-section or you had a planned C-section, in this video, keep watching because I'm going to talk about the most important things to do in that first 6 to 8 weeks after your C-section and what is really going to help optimize your recovery. Many times these are things that the doctors won't tell you, you won't learn at the hospital. They'll tell you tidbits, but as a pelvic floor physical therapist, I see lots of women in that postpartum stage. And if you can really optimize your recovery in that first 6 to 8 weeks, it's gonna keep you out of less pain. It's gonna make you feel stronger and more capable to take care of that cute little newborn at home, and also just make you feel more confident about your recovery. So keep watching this video if you wanna learn more about recovering after a C-section. So this recovery can be very tough, especially if you're experiencing any pain or discomfort by the incision, or it's just more than you thought it would be when you didn't realize a C-section delivery is actually a true surgery and you undergo trauma in that area. Many women don't realize that they actually don't cut through the abdominal muscles, but they separate them in order to get the baby out of the uterus. That area around the incision and the skin is innervated by little nerves, and many times women will experience numbness, tingling, or just not feel like the brain is connecting to their core. So the tips that I'm going to teach you today are going to help optimize that and help you feel stronger and more connected in that area. One of the most common things that I see is women push themselves doing too much too soon. So one of the first and most important things that I want to let women know is make sure you're really getting that rest and recovery. And what this looks like in the first 6 to 8 weeks, it means not trying to do everything yourself, asking for help, which a lot of women have a hard time doing. And if you're having a planned C-section, it's setting up to know that you're going to have some help at home with the baby and also with some household chores, and not having to do everything like cooking, cleaning, things like that are really going to push your body too much. You need to bond with your baby, rest, and recover. And this is going to be so helpful in the long run with having less pain and discomfort in this area. And many times when women start pushing themselves or doing too much too soon, they can have problems internally, they can have problems with their incision, and they also just feel like the recovery is taking a lot longer. So I can't say that enough. Number one, rest and recover. So some other things you may not hear from your hospital experience. Number two is getting some type of abdominal binder or support. This has to be breathable and it has to be stretchy. So it's not something that's so tight like a corset, but in that area, it can help support that lower abdominal area, the part by your incision, that you're feeling supported and it's feeling like comforting that area. Only wearing it in the first 2 weeks. I wouldn't wear it past that because you want your muscles to kick in and start doing the job, but it can be really helpful for healing in the first couple weeks. If you need a recommendation of where to get a belly band or some type of binder or support, I'm going to put a link below in a company that has a variety of them that are breathable and supportive, but also stretchy too. So you don't want it restricting your ribs. You want to be able to breathe and still have your muscles do some of the work, but it's just this little added support. The company Belly Bandit, I'm put the link below, but that product has a variety of options that you can measure for as well. So I say don't use it too long, especially not after 2 to 3 weeks, because it's like comparing it to using crutches after you sprain your ankle. You want the muscles to kick in and start providing support to that area and not just relying on it, but it can be really comforting and helpful for some women. So number 3, scar tissue mobility and massage. So this is very important. Once you've been cleared by your doctor, you have no signs of inflammation or irritation around the scar, it's fully healed. You don't have redness, swelling, pain, or heat in that area. It's fully healed and the doctor has cleared you. It is going to be very important to go back and watch another video I have all about doing scar tissue massage after an abdominal surgery that I have on this channel. Now, there are different ways that you can do this, but this is going to be so helpful in the long run to get your core muscles to start doing their job. Your abdominals will work better, your pelvic floor. It will connect your brain to that area a little bit more and help also the sensation in those nerves regenerate when you are doing some massage in that area. Now, there's a few different techniques and ways that you can do it, but one of the best ways to start, especially if you're uncomfortable touching in that area or it brings up any kind of trauma that you might have experienced, you want to start slowly, but being able to go right above the incision, and you can take your fingers at like a 45-degree angle, maybe an inch above it, and you're just kind of pressing into the abdominal area and just giving it a little bit of movement. Not super hard, but maybe about 50% of your pressure, and just starting to move that fascia, move the tissue right above the incision. The next step would be on the incision. You can actually take 2 fingers and you can go in a circular motion along that incision and just going step by step to find an area that might be a little more restricted, a little more bound down. This can be also helpful for women that say they get that like pregnancy or postpartum shelf, the C-section shelf where your belly kind of pooches over the incision. So when the incision is really bound down, your belly can pooch over that and create almost like a little shelf. So doing the scar tissue mobilization is going to loosen up that area. So when down the road after 6 to 8 weeks you start doing any more movement or exercise, then you can firm up that area. But being able to get the tissue normal again, the incision massage is going to be really important. So I've tried those techniques, and go back to the video and watch more about that. So the next thing I'm going to talk about, number 4, is belly breathing or diaphragmatic breathing. And this is so important because soon after your incision is healing, but you also just need to connect your brain to that area again, breathing exercises can be started right away. You don't need to wait for a doctor's clearance, but you can do them while you're lying in bed. You can do them in different positions, but it's taking away the breathing that we so often have up here as new moms. We use our upper body way too much, and maybe under stress or under the healing, you're getting tension in your neck and shoulder area, but you want to take your hands more down by your rib cage first, and we're going to work on that diaphragm moving because your diaphragm sits up here, and if this is your pelvis, your pelvic floor muscles here at the bottom, the baby was sitting here in this cavity here, and you had a lot of pressure down on your pelvic floor and your abdominal wall here and your back muscles here. So that whole system needs to work together to start feeling like it has movement again and also supporting that abdominal wall. So if we get the diaphragm moving with some rib cage breathing, I'm going to show you how that goes, but that is going to help the whole core system just kind of turn on again and get your brain to recognize that area again and take away from any pain or discomfort you may have in the abdominal wall. So the first way to start it, you be on your back with your knees bent. You can take your hands around your ribs, and you'll take an inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And you'll repeat that almost like you're thinking of an umbrella opening and closing. Now, this is getting that diaphragm to move and affect that abdominal area, but you can do that 10 or 15 times. And then I would also take my hands over my belly and feel the belly rise and fall with more breathing from there. So real gentle and being able to just restore some of that movement back in your diaphragm and your abdominals there. I'm not talking about doing Kegels yet or doing any kind of like abdominal contraction, nothing like that. These are simple breathing exercises, and doing 10 to 15 of those a few times a day can be really helpful in that first few weeks, even in the first 6 to 8 weeks. So you can try number 3 and 4, the scar tissue massage and mobilization. You can do that any stage after your C-section. It doesn't have to be just in the first 6 to 8 weeks. And also the breathing exercises, because those are going to be so important, incorporating into more abdominal work and some simple core exercises to get that area to start working again and connect to your abdominals and your pelvic floor. So even though I recommended these for the first 6 to 8 weeks, if you're past that, keep watching for more videos that I put out about what to do after 6 to 8 weeks with starting some exercise. Now, if you have not done any of these 4 and you have comments or questions about them, please leave that below. I love to hear from you. Let me know which one you're going to try first. And if you have not subscribed to Level 4 Women's Health, I urge you to hit subscribe, because we put out great videos every week all about women's health topics, popular topics on recovery, injuries, and exercises to do. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful, restful recovery.